So as you start looking into real estate investing, one thing that'll come up often is this little known niche called wholesaling. See, wholesaling is simply an assignment of contract. Most of the time it's called wholesaling just because this phrase has been popularized over the years, but the real term is called a contract of assignment. Essentially what you're going to do is you're going to go out and you're going to find sellers. For some reason they want to sell, but they don't want to use a traditional realtor. They want to go direct to the buyer. So you'll get a contract from them, a purchase agreement, them signing as the seller, you signing as the buyer, and then you will find someone that has the access to capital or the cash themselves to close on it. And you'll use this assignment contract to sell them your rights in the contract to them. So that way they bring the money for the deal and you get left what's behind after the seller gets their cut. This is one of the best real estate strategies out here, only because it gives you a way to get in to the business without having any of your own money, and it gives you the opportunity to buy houses and get paid to buy houses without any of the responsibility of keeping it or using loans or anything like that. Now, today I'm going to share with you 3 reasons why you would actually want to wholesale properties, and also 3 reasons why you would not want to wholesale properties. So let's get right into this. What's up, guys? It's your boy Swan Belcher. This is me taking action. I'm a full-time real estate investor here in Greensboro, North Carolina. And today we're happen to be shooting on my 22-acre property here. Shout out to Real Estate Profits, okay? If you ever needed a reason of why you should invest, this whole property right here is a great reason of why you should get into the real estate investing business, okay? Real estate has the ability to pay you now, pay you tomorrow, and then pay you later, all through one transaction. So if you like to learn how to do that, go ahead and click the like button, go ahead and subscribe so this can pop up in your YouTube feed more. Okay, so now the first reason why you'd want to wholesale a property is because it doesn't require a lot of money. See, whenever you're buying a property through the traditional means, you'd have to have money to clean up your credit. You'd have to have money for savings, that 6 months that the bank wants you to have saved up. You have to have money for a down payment, have to have money for a closing costs, for an appraisal, for an inspection, and all these other kinds of things. And that could take you a while to get into. But realistically, if you wanted to wholesale, if you wanted to find a seller who wanted to sell, get that property under contract and sell it, simply if you had $100 or $200, you could go out and find a deal today to make $10,000. Okay, so you don't need a lot of money to do this. The number 2 reason why you might want to wholesale a property is because you want to learn from someone else how to do the real estate investing business. You see, all the real estate investors who are out here flipping houses, buying rental property, and doing all the things of the sort, building new construction, they don't have a lot of time to talk to sellers. They don't have a lot of time to do marketing direct to seller, but they do have the time to raise money, to put up building plans, to talk to the city, go to city council meetings and figure out what's going on. So they need people to help them find deals, and that's why they're willing to pay for that. And realistically, if you're willing to be the person that finds the deals for them, they'll be willing to pay you to get those deals, but also they'll be willing to teach you along the way as they make money on the deals that you sell them. So this is almost like a cheat code for you to get training, get paid to be trained, and also learned the real estate business at the same time. Number 3 reasons why you might want to start wholesaling right now. The 3rd reason is you'll be able to find the best opportunities that nobody else can find. I remember when I didn't necessarily know how to get qualified for banks or how to get grants from the city to put windows and roofs on houses or get insurance claims to replace. When I didn't know all that stuff, what I could count on was my marketing skills and my negotiating skills. I would only buy properties that sellers would allow me to take over their mortgage on, and I needed less than $5,000 in order to acquire it, or the seller was willing to take their profits in payments and I needed $5,000 or less on it. Those would be the only properties that I buy. And up until I got about 15 or 16 properties, that was my only strategy for buying, if it had those particular terms. Everything else, I would wholesale. This allowed me to build up a portfolio of houses and at the same time make relationships with people that could teach me the business and give me resources and capital for the other deals I wanted to keep. Now, 3 reasons why you don't want to wholesale is it might sound all good on the front end, make $10,000 only spending $100 or $200 on marketing, right? Not having any responsibility for owning a house, absolutely. Being able to cherry pick the best deals, absolutely. But there are some downfalls to wholesaling. Whenever you wholesale, you actually don't end up owning the house. Every house that you pass along to your buyer is going to be his house. So you're not going to have, any ownership in the long haul. Downside number 2 is that because you're just passing the property off and making active income, you also end up in that tax bracket that you end up getting taxed heavily. Now, don't get me wrong. It's definitely cool to make your first $200,000 in a year, but at the same time you make your first $200,000 in a year, you find out how much taxes you have to pay on $200,000, and you start figuring out after that that you should have kept some of those properties. Okay. And then reason number 3 is that you're gonna get burnt out one day at some point in your life, chasing the next deal, the next deal, the next deal. Granted, we're going to continue to find deals, but as you learn more exit strategies, the BRRRR strategy, seller financing, lease options, subject to, the more strategies you have, the more you'll realize that there's certain strategies that can pay you 3 times versus wholesaling that can only pay you 1 time. Now, if you guys would like to learn how to get into real estate with no money down or low money down and make your first $10,000 check in the next 60 days, I'm gonna go ahead and provide this video right here for you guys to check out and learn how to do so yourselves. Peace, y'all.